The first time the phone told me about tomorrow, I thought someone had hacked my number. The second time, it warned me about a man who hadn't died yet. And that's when I realized whatever was calling me wasn't trying to scare me. It was trying to keep me alive. It started on a rainy Tuesday while I was driving home from work. My phone rang from an unknown number with no caller ID, just a blank screen where the number should have been. Normally, I would have ignored it, but my Bluetooth answered automatically when I bumped the steering wheel. Before I could say hello, a tired version of my own voice spoke first. "Don't stop at the red light." I laughed. "Who is this?" "Listen to me, don't stop." The voice sounded exactly like mine after I'd been awake for 2 days. Rough, strained, almost whispering. "There's going to be a fuel truck that loses its brakes in 12 seconds. My stomach tightened. Nice prank. 11. 10. If you stop, the woman in the blue sedan beside you dies too. I looked around. There really was a blue sedan pulling up beside me. The light turned yellow. Every instinct screamed to stop, but something about hearing my own voice say those words made my foot hesitate. The light turned red. I rolled through the intersection anyway, earning an angry blast of horns. 5 seconds later, an explosion rattled my mirrors. I looked back just in time to see a tanker truck plough through the intersection at full speed, crushing 3 cars exactly where I would have been sitting. The blue sedan disappeared beneath a wall of fire. I pulled over nearly a mile later and threw up in the ditch. My phone showed no missed calls, no incoming number, nothing. I convinced myself it had been some bizarre coincidence until the next night. The phone rang at exactly 11:43 p.m. Blank caller ID again. I answered immediately. "You listened," my voice said. "Good. Who are you?" "You." "No. Tomorrow, don't take the elevator at work." Click. That was it. I barely slept. The next afternoon, I climbed 8 flights of stairs instead of using the elevator everyone else crowded into. Halfway through my shift, the cable snapped. The elevator fell all the way to the basement. 6 people died. My knees nearly gave out when I heard the impact. After that, I started waiting for the calls. Every night they came at a different time, always from nowhere, always lasting less than a minute. They were never vague predictions. They were precise. "Your landlord is going to knock in exactly 4 minutes. Pretend you're asleep." He did, carrying a gas company employee who discovered a carbon monoxide leak in the apartment below mine. If I'd answered, they would have asked me to help move furniture downstairs before realizing the building wasn't safe. "Don't eat the sandwich your co-worker offers tomorrow." I didn't. Half the office got food poisoning from spoiled mayonnaise. Leave work at 4:12 instead of 5. A transformer exploded outside the office at 4:47, shattering every window in the lobby where I normally waited for my ride share. The calls never explained how they knew. They simply knew. Weeks passed. My life became divided into 2 versions of reality, the one everyone else lived in, and tomorrow, which reached me a day early through a phone that never left any evidence it had rung. Then something changed. One night the voice sounded frightened, truly frightened. "You need to listen carefully," it said. "Tomorrow you're going to meet someone named Owen." "Okay. Don't tell him your birthday." Why? Silence then, because he already knows it. The line went dead. The next afternoon, a new IT technician introduced himself. "I'm Owen." He smiled like we'd met before. We hadn't. We chatted while he replaced a monitor at my desk. Then, without looking up from the cables, he casually said, "You're a November birthday, right?" Every hair on my arm stood up. I'd never told anyone at work my birthday. It wasn't on the office calendar. I forced a laugh. "Lucky guess." "Not really." He smiled again. "I've always been good at remembering dates." He walked away before I could ask another question. That night the phone didn't ring. Neither did it the next night. 4 silent days passed. I started wondering if whatever had been happening was finally over. Then my phone rang at 3:03 a.m. My own voice sounded exhausted, older than ever. "Don't answer any calls tomorrow, except yours, especially mine." Before I could respond, the call ended. The next morning, my phone wouldn't stop ringing. Every call came from my own contact, my own photo, my own number. I rejected each one. 23 calls before noon, 31 by dinner, 38 before midnight. Every voicemail was empty except for breathing, my breathing. I deleted them all. The following night, the real call finally came. "Good," the voice whispered. "You ignored him." "Who?" "Not who. When?" I frowned. "What does that mean?" "The calls aren't coming from another place." A long pause. "They're coming from another day." I laughed nervously. "Time travel?" "No." The voice sounded almost amused. "If that's what this was, I'd still be alive." Those words stayed with me. I'd still be alive. "Wait," I said slowly. "Are you dead?" Another pause. "Tomorrow." The line disconnected. From that point on, every prediction grew stranger. The voice stopped warning me about accidents and began warning me about conversations. "Your sister is going to ask if you've been sleeping well. Lie. Your neighbour will mention hearing your phone ring after midnight. Tell him he's mistaken. When Owen asks if you believe tomorrow can remember yesterday, walk away." The warnings became less about surviving disasters and more about avoiding specific ideas, as though simply knowing certain things made them dangerous. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. When Owen cornered me in the break room and casually asked, "Has tomorrow called you yet?" I demanded answers. He sighed like a disappointed teacher. "So it found you?" "Who?" "The day after tomorrow." I stared at him. "You're insane." "Am I?" He leaned closer. "Think about your calls. They always know one day ahead, never two." I opened my mouth, then stopped. He was right. Every warning covered exactly one tomorrow, never more, never less. "There's a reason," he continued. "It can't see past the day it dies." Before I could ask what that meant, every light in the office flickered. Every phone began ringing simultaneously. Hundreds of ringtones echoed through the building. Everyone looked around in confusion, except Owen, who quietly whispered, "Don't answer yours." I didn't. Everyone else did. The noise stopped instantly. My co-workers stared at their screens with blank expressions before calmly hanging up and returning to work as though nothing had happened. None of them remembered the calls afterward. Owen was gone. His desk had vanished too. HR insisted no employee by that name had ever worked there. I searched company records. Nothing. The security footage from that day showed me standing alone in the break room, talking to empty air. Just like I'd once watched myself in another impossible recording. The next night's call finally explained part of the truth. You met him anyway. Who was he? Someone who answered. Answered what? The voice inhaled shakily. The wrong tomorrow. I demanded an explanation. Instead, I heard another phone ringing in the background of the call, then another, then dozens more. There are, my voice struggled to say, more tomorrows than there should be. What? Every choice creates one that survives. Static crackled violently. Some of them learned to call backward. The connection dissolved into screaming feedback before cutting off. I stopped going to work. I bought a cheap flip phone and threw my smartphone into a lake. 2 days later, the flip phone rang from the same blank number. Then my television, then my laptop. Once, the speaker in a gas station called my name before announcing tomorrow's weather. It didn't matter what device I used. Tomorrow always found a way to call. Months passed like that until the predictions became personal. You'll forget your father's laugh tomorrow. I did. You'll accidentally throw away the last birthday card your mother ever wrote. I did. You'll stop remembering your own childhood bedroom by next Thursday. I did. It wasn't just warning me anymore. It was narrating pieces of my life as they quietly disappeared. Then came the final twist. Last winter, I received a call that lasted longer than any before. You're almost ready? Ready for what? To make the first call. I laughed uneasily. The first call already happened. No. My voice sounded unbearably sad. The first call happens tomorrow. That doesn't make any sense. It will. I asked the question I'd been afraid to ask for over a year. How far in the future are you? Silence filled the line for nearly 20 seconds. Then, I'm 1 day ahead. That's impossible. It wasn't when you started. I felt my pulse quicken. What are you talking about? Every time you survive because of a call, tomorrow moves farther away from everyone else and closer to you. My reflection in the dark window beside me suddenly looked older than I remembered. Not much, maybe a few years, but enough to notice. You've been living tomorrow for a long time now, the voice whispered. Everyone you know is still catching up. The line went dead. I checked the date on my phone. It matched every calendar in my apartment. Then I looked outside. Every house on my street was dark except one, my own. Through my living room window, I could see someone sitting exactly where I was sitting, holding a phone to his ear. He looked exhausted, older. He slowly raised one finger, pointing at the calendar hanging on my wall. I looked back. The date hadn't changed. It had disappeared entirely. Every square after today was blank. My phone began ringing again before midnight, and for the first time the caller ID wasn't empty. It displayed my name, followed by a date exactly 1 day ahead of the one that no longer existed. I answered without thinking, and before I could speak, a frightened voice that was unmistakably my own whispered, "Please, whatever you do, don't let tomorrow know you picked up."